Hello, welcome back to another Stardew Valley video. Today I wanted to do a different Stardew Valley topic, but I also wanted to let you know that I've been doing Stardew Valley content for about a year now, and I'm feeling a little bit of burnout with it. There's only so much that I can do with Stardew Valley, and I feel like I've done enough farm designs and tips and tricks on Stardew Valley that I don't want to seem like I'm repeating my content, so I have been looking into some other games that I'd be keen to try out, including Animal Crossing New Horizons and The Sims 4. So let me know what you think about those two games. But back on today's video, I wanted to touch on this topic a while ago, and it's to do with your zodiac sign and the characteristics related to your birth month for that zodiac sign. I wanted to see what zodiac sign could relate to which farm type and which bachelor or bachelorette that you might be interested in. So let's see what we come up with today. Also, if you feel like your zodiac sign doesn't really fit the farm and the dateable that I might suggest, then maybe check into some of the other zodiac signs. A lot of zodiac signs kind of have characteristics that overlap, so maybe there's a different zodiac sign that might relate to you more. And for the bachelor and bachelorette choices, I'll be sure to put one male and one female depending on which one you decide to pick. So the first zodiac sign we're going to touch on is Aries, and their characteristics are represented as adventurous, ambitious, and competitive. So with those characteristics, it seems like those people who are Aries are out there going and doing adventures, doing the crazy things that other people might not decide to do, and that's where the competitive kind of characteristic comes out as well. So I feel like the farm that might be the best for you is the wilderness farm. The reason being is it is a bit more different than the standard farm. You do have to be a bit courageous with like changing things up, but not only that, but during the nighttime, enemies will randomly spawn on your farm. So if you're the type to be adventurous and you're going out and collecting your materials and then you're coming home, you'll have to deal with enemies that are just roaming about as well. You might choose Alex because it seems like he's got that competitive vibe, but he also might be courageous in that way. And if you're going to do a bachelorette, I feel like Abigail might be because she's also competitive and adventurous, and it seems like she's ambitious as well. Next up, we got ourselves Taurus, which is seen to have characteristics of being focused, creative, and reliable. I feel like being creative, focused, and reliable all really relate to the farm of the forest farm. The forest farm does really rely on being focused because there are some areas that kind of limit you. For example, the multiple little ponds that are there, and it does really rely on you having to be creative with those spaces. But you've also got the west side of the farm where there are forageables that appear, so you can maybe do something on that side of the farm. And if you're going to choose a bachelor or bachelorette, I think Harvey would be a great pick. He's definitely focused, he's very much business minded, and he is reliable. I feel like everyone in town really does rely on him. And if you're going to choose a bachelorette, I feel like Leah is your choice. I feel like she's also focused and creative. She knows what she wants to do, and she's already got that creative mindset. I feel like those characteristics is what Taurus really needs so they can complement each other. So those are my picks for Taurus. Okay, so next up for the zodiac signs, we've got Gemini, and they're seen to have characteristics of being energetic, intelligent, and expressive. It seems like you're the go-getter type of person. You're not afraid to be who you are. You've got the personality to kind of relate to people. The Riverland might be of interest. It may be a little more limited than the rest of the farms, but because you've got that expressive and intelligent kind of characteristic, you may change it up. And it feels like for your bachelor, you may like Elliot. He's got those three characteristics when you get to know him. So I feel like he might be of interest because he is quite expressive. He seems to be quite intelligent when you get to know him. And I think for the bachelorette, you might be interested in getting to know Penny. She's definitely energetic and she's very intelligent and she really knows how to express herself. She's so helpful around Pelican Town, getting to know Jas and Vincent. So she's definitely great for a Gemini. Next up, we've got Cancer, which is seen to have characteristics of being true to themselves, being bold, and being nurturing. You're quite honest with yourself, but you're also quite truthful when it comes to other people too, and that's why you're very nurturing at the same time. The farm, which is the beach farm, might be of interest to you because you are bold, so you want to make those big decisions that a lot of people might not make, and the beach farm I feel like a lot of people don't make. So in saying that, I feel like the bachelor you might be interested in is Sebastian. He seems to be true to himself. He knows what he wants to do and he is a go-getter for it. And that's why I feel like Leah would be a great pick as a bachelorette. She definitely is quite true to herself and she is bold in being the artistic person that she is. And once you get to know her as well, she is quite nurturing and I feel like that will reflect quite well with your personality. Then we got ourselves Leo, which is seen to have characteristics of being confident, in charge, and outgoing. This is more of like an extrovert kind of characteristic. Because you're outgoing, people love being around you. It's so insane that I feel like you'll relate to the standard farm. It does require you to kind of take charge of the farm because there's not too much that gets in your way with the standard farm. You're going to have to make those decisions in knowing where things are going to go. You might make a choice on your farm, like just putting bee houses all over the place, because you are quite confident in the decisions that you make. So you know that it's going to work for you. So for your bachelor, I definitely think Shane is a great pick. He is confident once you've given him that confidence in building what he loves to do. And I definitely think if you've given him the chance to be in charge, he definitely knows how to step up to the plate. And for the other side, I feel like your bachelorette choice is going to be Haley. I definitely think she does know how to take charge, and when it comes to it, she knows how to step up to the plate. So if you need that kind of confidence boost, you might see her reflect on that and go and be a great achiever for that way. So I think she might be a good choice as well. Next up, we got ourselves the lovely Virgos, who have the characteristic of being practical, having attention to detail, and also being loyal. Having attention to detail is quite important. It really means that you are thinking before you're doing things. And so I feel like the farm type that you might relate to is the Four Corners farm. It really does require you to be quite practical, but also the attention to detail makes it so then walking around is kind of a pleasant ride. And so I feel like the bachelor of choice for Virgos is definitely Sebastian for that reason. He's definitely practical in his hobby, which I'll keep a secret, but he's also got the attention to detail to make his hobby work out. If you get to know him, I think you guys would definitely bounce off each other pretty well. And I think for your bachelorette choice, you might enjoy getting to know Abigail. She's definitely got the same characteristics as well, and it is kind of nice getting to know her, knowing that she has a passion of being a fighter at heart. So I think she'll definitely reflect off your personality quite well. Next up, we got ourselves our lovely Libras that are seen to have characteristics of being considerate, well-balanced, and clever. Being considerate really shows that you know how to empathize and even sympathize with other people, but also you know how to be well-balanced for yourself and for other people, to kind of be level-headed, to take the pros and cons of situations, and I feel like the farm that might relate to you is the Riverland. It really brings out your cleverness, but also being well-balanced is quite important because not only do you know how to design a farm and make it look cool, and I also think you know how to make it quite practical. So I think you might like to get to know Alex as your bachelor. He's quite clever and very considerate of those around him. On the other hand, I feel like the bachelorette choice is going to be Maru because it seems like she is quite well balanced in that way, and she's quite clever, knowing that she wants to get into electronics and she wants to go to space, and she is quite considerate once you get to know her. Next up, we got our snipping Scorpios, which are seen to have the characteristics of being brave, ambitious, and profound thinkers. Now, the first two characteristics kind of complement each other, but also being a profound thinker means that you are quite smart in the choices that you make. And in saying that, I feel like the farm that might be of great choice is the Hilltop farm. Choosing the Hilltop farm does require you to be brave, ambitious, and quite a profound thinker because you do need to change it up. It's not as linear as the standard map. There are a lot of curves in there, so that does require you to kind of make some ambitious choices in that way. So I feel like your bachelor of choice is going to be Sam. I still feel like Sam needs a way of maturing, and I feel like he's got those characteristics of a Scorpio, so that might complement you guys in a way that you're both go-getters and you're both brave, so you know how to make those big choices in life. And I feel like if you're going to choose a bachelorette, Emily is also quite of those characteristics. She is quite brave in the choices that she makes in life, and they might be crazy decisions to other people, but I feel like she's also got that smart kind of profound thinking in knowing what she wants to achieve, and she's very ambitious in that way. Next up, we got our lovely Sagittarius, which is seen to have characteristics of being optimistic, honest, and hilarious. You seem like you're the type of person people want to be around. Being honest means you're not afraid of saying what you want to say, especially if it needs to be said. And you're hilarious, so you've got personality to yourself. And so I think the beach farm really complements your characteristic in that way. Now, you may not like it at first, but I feel like the more that you push through it when it comes to the beach farm, the more you'll enjoy it. And so I think Sam is a great choice for his honesty and his optimism, and might have a personality you'd like to get to know. And on the other hand, I feel like the bachelorette of choice is going to be Penny. She's quite optimistic in herself as well, but I think she's got quite a lot of personality, which makes it really fun to get to know. And she seems like the type of person people want to be around, creating such a positive environment to be around. Next up, we got our Capricorns, which are seen to have the characteristics of being patient, hardworking, and ambitious. Having to be a hard worker knows that you know how to be of practical use. You know when you're really passionate about something, you're a real go-getter in that way, and that's what really reflects in being ambitious as well. And so in saying that, I really think the standard farm really reflects on those characteristics because you know how to be patient to grow your farm into something great. And so I think Shane, for that reason, is a really good bachelor choice. I feel like once you get to know him, he's also quite a hard worker. You can tell that when he has a job, he is a hard worker, but you do need to give him the patience so he can grow into the person that he is. And so I really do see your characteristics reflecting quite well in that way. And I feel like a bachelorette choice that you might enjoy getting to know is Maru. She's definitely very ambitious with the hobby that she has, but you can also tell that because she is patient and also hardworking, it definitely pays off. And with your support, she can definitely achieve what she wants to achieve in life. And I feel like you both would reflect off each other. She'll be able to do that for you so you can both grow into the beautiful flowers that you are. Second to last, we got ourselves the Aquarius zodiac sign, which is seen to have characteristics of being loyal, innovative, and self-reliant. You don't really need too many people or maybe no one at all to really bring yourself to your full potential. You know how to go out there and do things for yourself. I think the farm you might enjoy is the forest farm. I really do think this is a great choice for you because I do think it really brings out the innovative side of you, whilst also becoming a self-reliant type of farm because of the forageables that are on the side. And so when it comes to a choice of bachelor, I really do think Elliot is a good pick. He seems the type that is self-reliant as well, and he seems like he's quite innovative as well, being the book writer that he is. I also think on the flip side for the bachelorette choice, Maru is a definite pick because obviously she is quite innovative and she is quite self-reliant. She doesn't really need anyone to tell her what to do or to help her in any way. She knows what she wants to do and she's a go-getter in that way. And I think that really brings out the loyalness of her as well. Lastly, we've got my zodiac sign, which might also be yours as well, which is Pisces, which is seen to have characteristics of being creative, empathetic, and gracious. Now, being creative is quite self-explanatory. We do have an artistical side, and we also are quite empathetic. So our emotions really do come out. We know how to be in someone's shoes, and we know how to be there for someone. I think in saying that, the farm type we might enjoy is the Four Corners farm because I think it brings out the creativity in us, but we are also quite gracious with the space that we have, so we know how to create it in the right way. I definitely think that the bachelor that really reflects on our characteristics is Harvey. I definitely think he's kind and he's compassionate, but I also think once you get to know him, he might bring out his creative side. But in saying that, I think our bachelorette choice is definitely going to be Penny. She's definitely kind in that way. She's very gracious, and I definitely think she is empathetic, and kind of vice versa. Okay, so that's all the zodiac signs. Let me know if your zodiac sign was correct or if a different one was. I actually had a lot of fun with this one, so thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Take care.